ICGJC and the group now called GMS back in 2005.
We was up there in Harlem teaching the word, man. First of all, we never even said nothing about that dude Blackula prior to the incident that went down back in 2005.
Fourth, a subsequent interaction with a member of the ICGJC was taken by Proto-GMS as an opportunity to express their anger, and things quickly got ugly. They may have even got physical with the man. That ICGJC member happened to be a biological brother of Tazadakia. Fifth, Tazadakia's brother tells Tazadakia that Proto-GMS tried to get rough with him, and just as the school would send out groups of men to confront those who messed with members back when Rakha and Tahar were part of the school, so too on this occasion, the school sent out a group of men to confront Proto-GMS. However, instead of it merely resulting in a warning being given, in this case, an actual fight broke out. By the way, neither Tahar nor Rakha were present during the actual fight. To begin, back on April 10th, Tahar, the leader of GMS, was discussing the passing of Tazadakia, and he made a passing reference to the ICGJC quote-unquote jumping members of GMS. While at camp, the GMS elder Manatazak also made a passing reference to GMS getting quote-unquote jumped by members of the ICGJC.
It came to the point where they even jumped us. All right, in the spirit world or not, they jumped us over what? Over the word, man. All right, over because we was sitting there teaching the scriptures, man.
Put out what's popularly known as a diss track. It was titled "Straight Outta Hell" by Saint Basil, who's currently an apostle in the ICGJC. And in that rap video, the Saint Basil addressed a number of different rival groups, such as GMS. To my knowledge, the most detailed description of the encounter on video came from Rakha of GMS back in 2008. So I'm going to play a couple minutes from that, though up front I should say that one should keep in mind that this is from GMS's perspective.
Now, Tahar is an elder. Now, that nigga, when they jumped on the camp and did what they did, that dude, the discomforter, was standing there talking a lot of crap. Tell Tahar, he's nuts. Tell Tahar, we coming to get him. That was going off. The scripture said, rebuke not an elder, man. Now, Tahar is an elder to that. So he was going off. And I'm going to say across the street, recording the whole thing.
One member of the ICGJC did bring a video camera, and he did attempt to record the encounter, but according to the person I spoke with, the battery was not charged for that video camera, and thus little to no actual footage was captured. Anyway, with that, back to GMS's description of the encounter.
But that's not what it was supposed to be about.
That's not what we're about, and that's not what it's supposed to be about.
I want to give all the praises and the honor to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah Bahashem, Recha HaQuadash, and double honors to the elder apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone. Honors as well to you, brethren, you fellow followers and believers of this faith, and shalom to the elect. So anyway, okay, I want to do a short video on this particular topic. Basically, well, I'm just going to basically, what I want to talk about is how a lot of dropouts, or a lot of men that has left, has become agents and spies. I mean, the information is out there, but for them to go to channels and pull up clips and put things together means that all they're doing is focusing on one particular situation. When we clearly see Christianity, they got fights and things going on in there. But this is a move to deter or sway other people from not coming and joining these particular groups, right? What Christians don't understand is Proverbs 20:24 is man's goings of the Lord's. You're not going to stop the elect, but this is the fleshly mindset of them. Now, as far as comfy, ICCG, JC, or whatever, I used to be in that group for a short time, so I know how it operates until I came to Great Millstone. But even when we leave camp, we'll go by that IC, the comfies camp. We don't see them no more, right? We even had it out with them before. We didn't get to fighting, but he had a bunch of so-called bodyguards, right? Not the bodyguards of the school. He hired personal bodyguards. So the difference between what happened with the IUIC and ISBK and what happened with Great Millstone and the Comforter School, a lot of it was about doctrine. You heard the Bishop Manatazat speaks of, we were just teaching the word. And that's all we do. I'm in this, I'm here in this group as well, and this is what we teach. We go out, we keep it simple, and we teach the word. The problem is when we start correcting people, these other Israelite brothers for going off, that's when they come with the slander like IUIC and ISBK, saying we're rapists even of 6-year-olds and various other things, and they start talking about the leaders, and like that bothers us, So I just wanted to touch on that it's kind of amazing, that this whole time they can put all this together as if they had help. So we got to ask ourselves a question. Were these actually people in the truth, or were they just agents coming in to collect information, like a form of espionage? Anyway, Jude 1:4, for certain people, or let's just say certain men, I'm on a wrong translation. Well, it says the same thing. For certain, men have crept in unnoticed, who long ago were designated for this condemnation. So this is also reincarnation, because they were already set up from day one to be spies. Right? Now you had righteous spying and you have unrighteous spying, We see what happened, I believe, in Jericho. It says, ungodly people who pervert the grace of Yahweh into sensuality and deny our only master, Lord Yahushua. Right? So how do they do this? We've seen guys come in, I've even witnessed guys come in, and they start slowly changing doctrine, or trying to change doctrine, or try to make doctrine fit their narrative, or to bring confusion. So it's real. If you really want to do it, see, this isn't about us having an upper hand on them, which through the Spirit the Lord is going to do that. What they're concerned about is the growing or the connecting of Israelites waking up. That's what they're concerned about more than anything, which will ultimately give us the upper hand. But the upper hand is not going to come except the hand of the Lord. That's the upper hand, the right hand energy that's going to come and deliver us, Yahushua. So that's where the problem is. They know we're not doing anything wrong. They know we're not physically doing anything wrong. What they don't want is they don't want people to wake up. They don't want people to have their own minds and their own beliefs, unless it's Christianity or maybe Islam, right? And they're discrediting Islam as well now. So if you're to be a Christian means to be a good, submissive person, effeminate man, submissive, and well-controlled. I think that's the main thing that they want out of Christianity, right? 2 Peter 2:2. But false prophets also arose among the. Let me get the KJV on that, so it won't be any confusion. But there were false prophets also among the people, even as there shall be false teachers among you, who privily or privately shall bring in damnable heresies, when denying the Lord that brought them, and brung upon themselves swift destruction. So whether some are agents or not, they are coming in, but when they leave, the Most High will give them up to that vile affection, and then they'll wind up, they'll become reprobates, and then they'll wind up sitting. Anybody who sits with Vocab Malone or any of these other Christians and talk about their experiences with the Hebrew Israelites is an agent. What kind of agent? There's different ones, but if you're an agent, you're an agent. You're against the truth. You're for the system. You're for the system. So if you're for the system, you're still working for white Jesus, right? You're still working for white Jesus. And many shall follow their pernicious ways, okay, by reason of whom the way of truth shall be evil spoken of. Okay, so let me look at the word pernicious. See what that says. Got to be like, their own vain ways. Okay, so it says, so many shall follow their pernicious ways. Let's see what it says here. It says pernicious, wicked, deadly, highly deadly, and wicked. Okay, that's what that means. Their evil ways. We've seen that happen a lot, right? So anyway, I don't have much to say on this video. I just wanted to share the fact that I'm listening to this video and they're pulling up channels like they're actually Israelites. They're doing these videos almost like an Israelite will come against or rebuke, or let me see, just come against GMS, come against IUIC. It's like they set up a whole new fold. So it seems to me that there are paid agents. I believe some are paid to go, to sit here. The elites don't mind that. They paid people for less things, so-called less important than them. They don't care. They'll pay the dollars. And Jake will take a piece of the bone if he can. Jake will sell out the bag quick. Right? So it's not hard, and it's easy. Let me say it's easy to believe that Jake took the bag and sold out. Or that a lot of these men that came in were already agents. This right here you see is not someone who's a non-Israelite, pretty much speaking. This more likely is somebody of Israelite nature, so to speak, who kind of brought it together or may have taught them. And even though they may have brought it out, is the fact that they were groomed and taught how to come against Israelites. It's not going to work, though. At the end of the day, it's not going to work. In fact, there's some men of the Lord, let me say maybe even the elect, will see this, and they will want to come into the truth because they know this has some form of substance. They'll see that, wait a minute, even though we have division, these men are still coming together, and they're fighting for what? Something that's more important than what they've seen in their life. And that's white Jesus, white Christianity. There was no fights over white Jesus. They all taught us he was white, it didn't matter. Now we found out he wasn't so-called white, didn't look that way. Now all the Christians, they're coming up with all these different videos and beliefs and doctrines saying to prove that he wasn't so-called black. But there was no issue with him saying that he was white. That's what it is. Nobody fought to tell us that Jesus was all colors or it didn't matter his color. Till now. And this is what they're upset about. Anyway, that's all I have on that. Shalom.